Yeah, in East Africa, women are facing the blunt edge of employment in sectors such as agriculture, mining, and infrastructure. And that's according to a forum of women workers, labor activists, employers, and policymakers that was held recently in Uganda. Now, that forum reviews evidence from a research report that highlights how investment-led growth has prioritized investor protection while leaving workers, especially women with weak safeguards and limited access to justice. Now let's listen to Jane Mulunga. She is the Executive Director for Seatene Operations in Uganda.
We wanted to just raise awareness, so that we can be able to dialogue, we can be able to reflect on these issues and be able to, at least together, be able to chart our way forward to see what, for you to know what's really happening on the ground. And by the way, there is a consortium called the Uganda Consortium on Corporate Accountability. We are members. It's a big consortium working on all these issues of rights violations. There is also another consortium at the Africa level. And these issues are not just for East Africa. The issues are across Africa. The way we are handling our FDI, our investments, is not really good. It's not good. And I agree with Honorable who said it cuts across. It does for men, for labor rights, for men and for women. But as women, it's our bodies on the line, so it makes it worse. What a man suffers, a woman suffers even more than double. But what we want also to point out is that we are not against FDI. No, we are not. We need FDI to develop our trade, our economy. But things have to change. We have to protect the rights of our workers. But then also what we need also to point out when it comes to FDI is that it isn't only the labor rights, but also our governments are suffering from FDI, these agreements and treaties we have signed. And it's good, Honorable from Tanzania. You talked about the laws which Tanzania has put in place, especially the mining laws. But Tanzania paid because the laws, the treaties, the bilateral investment treaties we had signed, Tanzania had signed, So all these agreements also limit what governments can do. We can share that information, what Tanzania paid because of the mining laws, because of the earlier agreements they had signed. So when we talk about the rights of the people, the rights of the environment, but even the rights of our own government. But we have also seen the issue of saying these issues are in the informal sector. We have seen the informalization of the formal sector because most of these companies are formal companies, but we have seen the casualization of labor. The company is formal, but they don't give contracts, They give per day, you work per day. So it's a formal sector, but it is informalization. You don't go on leave, you don't have maternity leave, you don't have annual leave. When you fall sick, you don't earn. Yet it's a formal sector. So we need also to look at that. The issue of trade unions, Honorable Farhad raised the issue of trade unions. Our trade unions are very, very weak, and we need to see how to strengthen them. They are really weak, but they have also been politicized. I will give an example of Uganda. Honorable Mongen is here, can be able to support me. We have members of parliament representing workers in parliament, but the issue of the minimum wage didn't pass through in parliament. And our minimum wage in Uganda here is 6,000 Uganda shillings. 6,000 our minimum wage. 6,000 per month. 6,000. The dollar rate is 3,500. So it's less than $2. Yet we have members of workers, representatives in parliament. That's how far we have also weakened and politicized the trade unions. So when we talk about trade unions defending women's rights, we need to also address that issue. The issue of Kalangala, Honorable Fatma raised, Ambassador raised that issue. Maybe it's no longer there, but by the time we went there, it was happening, and the issue of cohabitation. And what they told us was that it's not a company policy, but the supervisors, because they are compounds where the workers stay, and that the supervisors, in order to keep peace within the compound, they don't want to see any woman who isn't attached to a man, because men will fight for that woman. So you need to get a man so that everybody knows that Jane is attached to so and so.